Hey everyone, if you're interested in learning how to use cold email outreach to generate leads and close more deals, this video is for you. Whether you're brand new or have seen my last video, welcome. In my previous video, I showed how to set up your domain, create email accounts, and warm them up. Today, I'm taking it a step further and showing you how to set up a cold email campaign from start to finish. If you're ready, let's dive in. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you find this helpful. I'd love for you to join me on this journey. Okay, so this is Instantly. This is the software that I'm using for my cold email campaign. They do let you to start for free. If you haven't do so, this is where you're gonna go. If you do have a login and just log into Instantly. So in my previous video, I showed you how to link your domain with Instantly and also set up the emails to Google Workspace and link with Instantly as well. On top of that, if you watch my previous video, you will see that you need to set up the decay and demarc, all that kind of technical stuff. I put a link up there, so if you haven't watched it, and please watch that. All my emails has been warmed up, but one of the funny stories that a funny experience lessons I learned is that I used to thought this little fire icon for warm up. I used to thought when the email is completely warmed up and this little fire is going to turn solid green. And I waited and waited, never really turned solid green. So I had to talk to their customer services team. So their customer service team is actually really helpful and really prompt. So I talked to them and they confirmed and they told me it's never going to turn solid green as long as the email has been warmed up between 2 to 4 weeks. So I waited. Waited and waited. So the 2 emails that I showed you in my previous email has been warmed up more than 4 weeks. And straight after that, I purchased another domain, and which is the sagrada.com. Actually, I purchased the other domain, it's called sagrada.ai, and I moved my main website to sagrada.ai. That one's a bit expensive. Then I moved sagrada.com, used this one, the existing one, for a cold email outreach campaign. The domain has been set up and Instantly, and I also purchased the 3 other email accounts, set it all up. Now I have 2 domains, 6 email addresses that I can use for outreach. Just make sure you warm them up properly between 2 to 4 weeks time. So obviously the first thing you need to do is actually when you try to set up the campaign, click on this little kind of like a paper plane icon. And this is my existing campaign that I'm running at the moment. So if you want to start your brand new campaign, just click on add new and you can give your campaign a name. I'm just going to leave it as it is for now. Go continue. The first thing you need to do, obviously, is you need to add leads. Luckily, that Instantly is actually has built-in lead finder function, but this is outside of pricing that I'm paying. So their lead finder and the CRM system, if you want to use, and that's on top of what you need to pay for the outreach email, cold email campaign. So what I ended up doing is I found my first batch of leads, initial 2.1K leads from somewhere else for all kinds of reasons. Maybe in the future, I will give it a try and see how useful actually Instantly lead finder would be. But this is definitely something you can try it out if you want to. If you do have existing leads that you find it from somewhere else, and this is where you're going to go add leads. Usually it would be CSV. See, you can use lead finder, which is the built-in lead finder, and emails manually. That's not going to be good for automation. And the Google Sheets is similar to CSV. So upload CSV file, click to upload. If you're wondering about how I found my initial 2.1K Shopify leads, e-commerce Shopify leads, I do have a video showing you how to get cost-effective and fast way of finding leads. The link is up there. So here is the lead list, the CSV file I use for my campaign. So you can just import it. Now we are on this page. So you need to give instantly some instructions on what to import. Obviously, if you look at the lead list, it has a lot of details. I kind of keep this original CSV for the CRM because I can't use instantly CRM just yet because that costs extra money. So I try to keep as much information as possible at this stage. But when you're doing your outreach or cold email campaign, you probably don't need that much information. So all you need is first name, last name, and the rest of the information can be just do not import. Because except organization name, yes, I will be using the company name for personalization and also the organization primary domain. So that's basically the website. Here. City, country, title, you don't need any of those information if you don't do any sort of personalization on those information. Most importantly is the email status, obviously. Otherwise, instantly wouldn't know where to send your cold email to. Other than that, there is no other things we actually need at this stage. So when you're finished, just click on upload all and it will upload all the information, all your leads into instantly. I'm just going to show you my existing campaign because I'm not going to upload it again. Okay, let's go back to my current campaign. So my current campaign is over here. And I call it custom service bot. So after you uploaded your leads, the second thing you need to do is actually set up the email sequence. Okay. About email sequence, so I relied heavily on Alex Hormozi's $1 Million Leads book. It's such a great read. So this is a chapter he talked about all the methods of outreach. And with the cold outreach, so he even give you some templates. You actually can get it for free. You just need to go to his website, which is called acquisition.com. That's his website, and he provides free templates for cold email. What I ended up doing is I kind of use his his theory and the structure of the cold email templates, and also referred to some other automation agency, AI automation agency owners outreach email template as well. So I integrated all of them together. A lot of them using Alex theory anyways. So I came up with this one. The most important thing, I think, if you look at the cold email templates, they are common structure of the templates. So we got subject line and introduction, pain, problems, solution, and desired results, case study. If you do have any, that would be a place for you to put all your testimonials, case studies to further prove your point. And the last one would be call to action. So I kind of follow along this kind of structure and this kind of logic and method. So let me show you my email template. I mean, existing one. Okay, so step one is the first initial email. And Alex spoke, so he particularly mentioned the important thing about personalization. We do as much as possible, but on a very large volume. So this is where instantly come really handy because what you can do is this little lighting bot icon. If you click on it, you can use variables. For example, in the subject line, I use first name as a variable. So when it's going through the 2.1K leads list and instantly will pick up their individual first name is like personalization. So first name, question, and my like hi first name, because my email will sounded like their friends or someone familiar with them. So you gonna, I don't know, trick them to think that is the email is coming from someone they know. Hi first name. I adopt the complimentary kind of approach. Oh, by the way, I want to show you. It instantly has loads of templates that you can use. Is this little, oh, that's insert variables. Templates, yeah. Here in the bottom, you click on that, that's the templates. So if you have a look at their existing templates, there's loads of them for all sorts of industries on type of probably business you're running, lead gen, video production, marketing, advertising, coaching, and there's different kind of approach. So yeah, it's quite, if you want to have a look at it and just use that as a baseline for your email and add on your personal touch as well. So my approach is the complementary kind of approach. Like I notice your store, this is their company name variables. So make it sound as if the email is personalized and written particularly for them. So I noticed your store is doing great. I wanted to share how AI can help increase even more sales while improving customer service. It's like the first paragraph, it's a bit like introduction to what we do. And the second paragraph, many e-commerce stores struggle with responding. So that's more like the second stuff that we want to talk about is their pains and their problems. You want to strike a chord with your heartstring. And the third paragraph is giving them the solution. So our AI-powered chatbot answers customer questions instantly. This is what we can do, the solution we can offer. And straight after that, the paragraph of, like what I said before, is desired results and case studies. Because for me, it's my first time, and I haven't got any testimonials or case study, which is very hard. So I have put kind of industrial trend for them to refer back to. There's obviously, generally, there's heaps of e-commerce stores start using AI customer service chatbot, which really help their customer service team and reduced what do you call it? Abandoned carts and increase the sales. So this is kind of giving them a general kind of desired result. Call to action. This is part I only said interested in learning more. Let me know. I know a lot of people actually put a Calendly link over here, so they can, if they're interested, they want to book a meeting. I don't know. I just feel uncomfortable doing that for now, but I will be trying that out next time for the next batch of leads or the campaign I will be running. I will run like a A/B testing and see which one works better. Step one, that's the first email you're gonna send it out, and see here, send next message in 3 days. So Alex had mentioned about how many days you should leave in between emails and the following up emails and stuff like that. By the way, this is free, so check out his website. After 3 days, that would be the step 2. That's the follow-up email. So in my follow-up email is kind of following the similar kind of structure, the problems, what we can do, solutions kind of thing. So similar structure. I don't know, maybe next time I'll try something different. Like cold email outreach is always about testing as well. It's not just you just don't know what really works, especially particularly apply to your situation, to your business and industry. So it's going to be a process of testing what works better. And each time when you're testing something, only pick one variable, like changing one thing. So you know for sure certain things is that one thing that actually works better than all things, rather than you keep on changing things when results change, then you don't know which one is actually working. So after step 2, you add another 4 days, and I usually just have the second follow-up and that's it. Some people suggest to go further than that, maybe have 3-4 follow-up emails. that will be one of the testing I will be doing later on for later campaigns, and to see whether that would be something that kind of dramatically increase my campaign results. But for this example, so last email would be just a free AI chatbot. The reason for that is because I haven't got any case study or testimonial. So I want to offer real value, trying to hook them into, I do need experience. I do need to get to know them, get to know their industry, and really understand their pain, provide a good solution. So hopefully this last hook really going to change the game for me. Obviously, I'm not going to do free things forever. I just really need to build something under my belt. But I also mentioned in my third email, which is the second follow-up email, is I won't be bothering you anymore, but I'm here whenever you're ready to think about using AI customer service chatbot. The other very important thing is, don't forget you have a great tool to write your cold email copies, which is, as we all know, ChatGPT is great for that. Oh, actually, I did use Perplexity as well. Perplexity.ai. So between ChatGPT and Perplexity, and I was trying to come up like about 10 variables of the cold email that I can use. So ChatGPT is actually great. You given the structure, like the type of structure you want to use, and so it comes up with 10 different variables, possible cold email template you could use. You also wanted to rate it from the most likely to be engaged, or the least likely to be engaged. So that gives you a little bit more variety, especially when English is not your first language, and this is great. Right, back to the campaign. So after sequences being set up, now schedule. So some people, so I watch a lot of YouTube videos. Some people do Monday all the way to Sunday. So they're sending out cold email every day. But I kind of just choose to do it Monday to Friday because it's like working hours. You probably really don't want to bother people when they're having a downtime or time off from work. So and the other thing is, I started from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. rather than 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The reason for that is I found this little article talking about what's the best time to send a B2P email. So in this little study, it did mention something about, okay, so reply and open rates depend on the day of the week, depends on the time and the day. The result does vary. Obviously, it varies from industry to industry as well. And so it looks like 7 a.m. is actually quite high in terms of reply and open rates. Hence the reason why I choose 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. And with time zone it's really up to you, because so what happens to me is I live in New Zealand, which is the most probably advanced time zone ever. Majority of my targeted audience is actually from US or Canada. So even between US and Canada, there's different time zones, not to mention New Zealand time zones. We are half a day ahead or a whole day ahead or whatever. It makes more sense for me to set the time to the US time, East Coast, rather than my time. So once you've done that, you set your time and you can save. Options. Here is the place for you to choose your email, the email that you want to use for your cold email outreach. Sometimes you could be, because I'm planning to purchase another domain and set up another 3 email address while they're warming up. I don't want to use them. So here's, you're going to pick your kind of warmed up emails already. And you want to leave this on enabled. That just means like the system will stop sending email once you got a reply, which makes sense because you probably want to handle it yourself. And open tracking, obviously, and you want to leave this unticked. And with daily limit, so the general rule, like kind of rough general rule about this is that 50 emails per day per email. making that's kind of the safe number for your email address not getting banned. So for me, I've currently have 6 emails and 50, so that's about 300 emails a day. Save whatever you choose to set up. You can put a custom tags on your campaign. You can use A to Z testing anyways. And yeah, so at the moment, I just leave everything in the advanced setting as it is, not changing anything. And this one, sequences, which I haven't used it, but what that means is you can add it. So what this function meant is that once you receive a lot of replies, and depends on the type of reply, you can set up trigger words. For example, if someone says, I'm interested, so that became the trigger words for you to set up automatic kind of reply as well. So when they say, I'm interested, then the email, then instantly it's going to send out the automatic kind of email and saying, providing them maybe a Calendly link or your certain reply. So I guess when you're getting a lot of replies and certain type of replies, and this is a really good automation that you can use inside of it instantly. So that's pretty much it for the setting up the campaign. Oh, by the way, initially, I want to show you the pricing. Initially, when I was setting up just a 1 domain and 2 emails, initially I was on the growth plan, which is $30 a month. But after I imported 2,000 or 2.1K leads, and so I figured that they were telling me I have to be upgraded to the hyper growth plan, because if you do want to send out large amount or like a high volume of email campaigns, you probably do need to get onto the hyper growth plan, which costs double the cost. It's a bit more. Cold email campaign is all about the numbers. The more you send out, the more reply you're probably going to get. So I'm not going to just sit there and sending out 100 email a day. Let me show you the exciting thing. I started off my campaign, analytics. Okay, here's your analytics, which is really useful. I started off my campaign from the 2nd of October and ramp it up on the 7th of October. What's really interesting is I started off my campaign last Thursday, and on Saturday morning, my time, when I woke up and I saw the email notification, and there were 3 emails. So basically 2 days later, I received 3 replies. Like what everybody says, usually when you receive replies, 1/3 of them would be a valid potential leads, and the 2 of those replied emails or leads will be either it's going to be auto reply, or it's going to be they're going to tell you to F off. So that's exactly the same thing happened to me. So on the 2nd, 3rd day after I ran my campaign, I received like email saying like remove me from your list and auto reply. And I've got someone actually said, I'm interested. So I'm just going back and forth at the moment and waiting for reply, back and forth, and trying to, like, she's asking questions. I'm trying to reply with, reasonable answers. And hopefully, fingers crossed, fingers crossed, hopefully this is going to be my first client. So, which is, yeah, hopefully this deal is going to go through and she's going to become a potential lead or a real lead, my first lead, first ever lead. Fingers crossed. Anyways, and I think that's pretty much it. Once you set up your campaign, you are all set to start scaling your business. Now, I want to share a few things I've learned along the way that might help you too. First off, remember we're in this for the long haul. I know from experience how tempting it is to check your progress every 5 minutes. Then get all worked up when there's no response, or worse, when someone tells you to take a hike. It's totally normal to feel that way, but I think that's why a lot of people aren't fans of sales process. Rejection is brutal. However, mastering sales process for business is an absolute priority for its growth. Here's my 2 cents. Try to limit yourself to checking your campaign once a day, then get on with your other tasks. Don't let it consume you. It's just part of the process, and we are all beginners at some point. The key is to keep at it, learn from your experiences, and make tweaks as you go. As long as you don't throw in the towel, you haven't failed. But hey, let me stop rambling now. I really hope this video has been helpful, even if it's just a tiny little bit. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please hit that like button and subscribe. I'd love to hear about your experiences with cold email outreach in the comments below. Are you giving a shot? How is it going for you? I'll be back soon with some updates. Until then, take care and have an awesome day.